Hey y'all, it's Loren LoRosa from The Breakfast Club. Sorry to interrupt, but y'all know how I do. So I'm here to talk about Top Dog Law. Y'all hear Top Dog Law all over your radio, and I know by now that if you want top dollar, you should also know this. You gotta call Top Dog Law if it's about your car accident. Don't let these little family lawyers finesse you into a little check. Shouldn't nothing be little this season. Remember, for any serious accident, injury case, Top Dog Law gets you top dollar. So make sure you call today to find out what your car accident, your slip and fall, or your construction accident case could really be worth. And calling Top Dog Law is completely free also. It's free for a consultation. Call Top Dog Law today to see if your case is eligible for compensation with no money down. So make sure y'all go holla at my dogs, no pun intended, over at Top Dog Law. That's Top Dog Law on Instagram and topdoglaw.com. Now, let's get back to The Breakfast Club.
Wake that ass up
early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Okay, so DDG is asking a judge to stop Halle Bailey from taking their son Halo out of the country for work because he says she's emotionally unstable, suicidal, and is a danger to their son's safety and to others' safety. So DDG submitted these docs in response to some things that in response to her request to go out of the country and in response to some of the things that she had filed previously. He says that there are several instances that show all of these things that spanned over several years. So there's a bunch of text messages that he included in this doc, like a ton, photos of alleged like bruises he received from their physical altercations and different conversations that they had. But of the most alarming that he alleges in the doc, he says that on March 21st, 2024, Haley sent a ton of text messages to him. She was allegedly threatening to kill herself and suggesting that their son might be harmed as well. He says during this time she was actually driving a car, and he alleges that he was so scared for her safety because she had done or alleged and said she would do things like this to herself before, that he actually called her godmother because he was worried that their child would be in danger and that she was in danger because of the emotional state that she was in while driving. There's also an incident that he talks about. August 2023, they got into an argument of some sort, and after the argument, he alleges that Haley took his legal gun and left their home, and he got scared again for her safety, and he called his mom and his mother's fiance because he couldn't find her. So he says that his mom came, found her. They found her outside of the home, allegedly still holding the gun, and she was emotionally unwell and incoherent and potentially suicidal then. And then there is an additional time, March 22nd, that he alleges in Atlanta. He says that this was the first time that Haley threatened to harm herself with a knife. She was texting and calling him repeatedly, and I do have some of the screenshots from the document. So in one text, she's texting him, and she's, if this is her, these alleged texts, she's saying it's all his fault. She's saying, cry about it later. And this is after she would have threatened to harm herself and not live anymore. And that's a repeated cycle in these texts that he's included. And he's responding and saying, why do you want me to sit on the phone and listen to you yell at me all day? You do this to me every day. And she says, I beg for your help. I don't have anyone. I'm actively suicidal and struggling. I've been running to the doctor every day for help, and you still play in my face. I won't make it to my birthday because of you. So this is just an example of some of the type of text. I can't hear myself. Some of the type of texts that were included in this document. Now, Haley has responded.
Her name,
and she's actually responded.
Halle,
sorry.
Yeah,
I can't hear.
Halle.
No,
I can't hear.
feel you.
Your headphones not up?
Yeah, my headphones are.
Charlamagne was having the same
I got
problem
it.
this morning.
It's here.
Turn them up, Lauren.
First of all, it was up. It was the thing. It wasn't all the way in. I'm sorry, Jess. What were you saying? Halle?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Halle,
yeah,
yes.
Halle.
So Halle, and my great grandmother's name Halle. Okay, so Halle has responded, and in her response, she basically is saying that it's ironic that he's just now waiting to respond. She's saying that she should be granted permission because she has to go and work. She has to make money for her child, and she also did directly address the mental health things. And she says that she alleges that DDG is exaggerating, lying, and misconstruing facts for the court, not only to make their history of their relationship look crazy, but to make her parenting and her mental health look away as well. She says there's no doubt that I was emotionally devastated in 2022 and in 2023 by his behavior and ongoing abuse. that she alleges. I have been very vocal about my anxiety, depression, and previous thoughts of suicide without waiving the rights of her therapist and her privilege. She says she has reached out to her doctor to receive treatments and to address these issues. And she also says that if given the chance, like if a judge takes this to court, she'll take the stand and talk about all these things, and she has nothing to hide. But it's unfair that he's right now requesting for her to not be able to take the child out of the country. And the reason why he's saying that he doesn't want the child to go out of the country is, number one, of course, all the mental health stuff that he's alleging is harmful. But he's also saying that if baby Halo goes out of the country and, God forbid something were to happen, like she goes into a mental state allegedly, or she's threatening to harm the baby, they're out of the court's jurisdiction. So there's nothing that he can do to intervene, and it could take weeks, days, or whatever before he could.
So imagine struggling with all those issues. And Jess, you can speak to this. I mean, postpartum depression is real as well.
Absolutely, it is. You don't know. Like, you don't know what your days are going to be like. You wake up, you're constantly sad, and all you want is a break from the baby. And thank God that I did have breaks. But, like, it seems like even in those messages, you know what I mean? Like, she's asking him, begging him practically, like, yo, I need you to help me. You know what I mean? All you can do is be there for somebody with postpartum depression.
Yeah.
As a man, and Envy, as a man and father of four, the most important thing you can do after your lady has a baby is help. You got to help with childcare. You got to help with errands, meal prep, and if you got to go get professional help, go do that too. You just got to create an environment of support.
Yeah, but that's what I think that he's saying, and he's saying if this happens while she's overseas taping, who's there to help her? Who's there to help with the kids? But
she has that though.
Yeah, but that's what he's saying. And
and he's saying but
in the messages, the messages reflect that she said, I have nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's, and then Lauren, let me ask you this: did he post these, or are you able to find these? Is this public record?
So I actually was not able to find it publicly on the Pacer outlet that I go on. Right. I had to do other things to be able to get my hands on the docs. So I'm not for sure. TMZ broke the story exclusively. I'm not, and I don't know because I don't work there anymore. So I don't know how these outlets, because the text messages were in the actual docs. So if you got the doc,
right?
I
didn't see that he posted it. No, and also too, he did go. He did get on a stream after, and he said in the beginning of the stream, like, we're gonna have positivity here. We're gonna he wasn't really directly trying to speak to it, but I mean, when you include stuff like this in documents, whether it's I can't answer the question 100% if it's publicly available or not. It wasn't available to me, but it's here. So any outlet can grab it, and now it's circulating.
And I really hate that. I hate the fact that a couple can go through something and they have these documents and these text messages that are private, but they're doing it, for their own, situation, their own custody battle. But anybody can grab them, and now people can put them out and use them against them. I hate that so much. That is between those two couples. That should stay between those two couples. It ain't nobody's business. She shouldn't have to feel embarrassed. He shouldn't have to feel embarrassed. They are working it out as a couple that's separated.
Especially if you're trying to heal privately.
Correct.
You got to heal privately, but live out loud publicly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wish that on nobody.
I hate the fact that people could grab them docs.
Yeah. This could send Halle right back into depression. You know what I mean? Because to have to be embarrassed about this is crazy. I mean, I get he can be embarrassed about it, but she can be very embarrassed about it. It's something that she experienced.
It's a court case. Yeah, they should be able to discuss the court case and intimate things in their court case, but it should never hit I hate the fact that it hits the public knowledge like that.
Yeah. Well,
and just keep in mind, folks, it's a lot of emotional and mental responsibility that comes with having them babies. Okay, so think about that when you popping that poom poom for a goon. Okay, when you got that penis out raw, unprotected, sticking it in, put it in them, shot up in them, deadly venom.
Popping the poom poom for a goon. I ain't never heard that one. Okay,
I like that one. That's a bar.
You might have.
I'm about to pop it for a goon.
All right.
I'm about to pop it for a goon.
All right. You better stop. You find out Chris is going, he might get deported. You know how that goes. You know how they do.
Wow. All right. That is the latest with Loren. Now, when we come back, we got front page news. And then from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Drew Sidora will be joining us. So don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out The Breakfast Club. Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.